lady. Okay. So have a look at this while we're talking through it. Century with a capital C. Maybe say something like gangster films are almost as old as the cinema itself, and have been in production since the earliest 20th century. Yeah. There's an apostrophe there. They're not really all detectives. How
undercover informants?
Sort of police and how about characters undercover in gangster films are used to create tension and violence. And then I'd start a new sentence and say, I will be focusing on the films, blah, 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 blah. Okay?
I've got why.
Stay note. I would say of a criminal group, something like that. The director of the three films I've chosen to look at.
So is the director's name and the date that the film was released supposed to be in italics as well?
Here I would say I've chosen that all exploit these tropes. Do you know that word?
Yeah.
In different ways. I think you just say clear. You don't need very. Two of my chosen films are based, full stop, the people who the characters are based on. So here I would say how I'm impressed with the way. I've said that they're impressed with the way that Scorsese and is it Brian De Palma?
No, it's Scorsese and Newell.
Who?
Mike Newell.
Oh, Mike Newell. Yeah. Okay. How Scorsese and Mike Newell, Scorsese and Newell. I'm just learning at the end of that sentence.
That was a very long sentence.
Yeah. They depicted that they, Scorsese and Newell, and then just put that in there. Henry Hill, isn't that his name? So I would switch this around to simplify it. So I would say, start between the years 1955 to 1980. Henry Hill was associated with the Lucchese crime family.
Okay.
Yeah, just reorganise that. That needs to be in italics.
No, you right, was based. What was that word?
Sorry?
I forgot based. Was based on.
Here?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was based on Hill's life. So here I would say the protagonist of Donnie Brasco, comma, Joseph D. Pistone, comma, was an FBI agent. Yeah. Is it? That's all fine. Yeah. It's an article. In the article is. Good. So, why this here?
I don't know. I just didn't delete that.
Because you've got those there,
So I don't
haven't
need
you?
to add it again.
No, you don't.
Okay, cool.
I think you might want to reorganize this and keep the. I think you should take that out so that the Goodfellas stuff. Because then you have. Hill's life needs an apostrophe there. Both the gang and an informant. Nick's pleasure for the film. Let's not call them movies. Because then it flows naturally.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you jump around between the two films. That's fine. Taking that out. Affects. Say as can be seen in this clip. And then you don't have to have that link in there because you look at item 7 and that's the clip, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you can just take that out.
Okay.
Allegiance rather than. Yes, very good. Is not to be exposed. You don't. Are those the dates?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you don't need them because you've already given them at the beginning. I think you mean amongst. Okay, so you're referring here to the video, this video 7.
Yeah.
Okay. So I know in Goodfellas they talk about. Do they really talk about this in both films about whether they're willing to give up friends?
I think in Donnie Brasco, because he forms like such a close friendship with Lefty that it's not about.
Yeah,
It's not
that's
his.
true.
He doesn't say that he doesn't want to give up, but you can like. It's clear to the audience that he doesn't want to give him up, but he wants him to be free.
Is there a scene in Goodfellas where it actually happens? Because I think it's good to be really specific.
Maybe when he's in the office with the FBI agent and his wife, and the FBI agent's telling him like, "This is what you have to do," and like he's questioning within himself whether or not he wants to do that.
In the voiceover?
Yeah.
See, I would say, I would take, this is just a bit blurry, this paragraph.
Okay.
So I would take the Donnie Brasco part of it out, and then I would put in the clip from.
Should that be another item?
Yeah. So. See if we can find it. So you might have to. You might just have to look at that scene. The thing is, I look at that and I think, well, that's a bit vague, and I think you might need to just close in on a specific scene and maybe take Donnie Brasco out of that. So you might have an item 12 there or whatever.
Okay.
Okay. Strauss has 2 S's. And again, 2 S's there. Goodfellas in italics. Yeah, I like this stuff about Strauss. It's the struggle of between can you stay hidden or will you be outed? That sentence doesn't quite make sense. So if you can, in these films, it's not the classic struggle of good and evil. It's the struggle of between.
Yeah, it didn't make sense. Sorry.
So it just makes sense of that. Yeah. So you might put a little phrase in here, something like the directors of all 3 of these films exploit this moral ambiguity. Italics. So I'm just spreading this out a bit so I can read it. And that at this point.
So you know the cafe scene, should I actually add it in and make it another item?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
I think we know it's Ray Liotta already, don't we?
Yeah.
So we know we're talking about, although an audience sees. Although an audience sees Henry Hilgram's. I'm just sort of reorganising. Yeah, you still want him. Yeah. What is item 2?
It's a clip.
Yeah. Of what? Scorsese directing?
It's like the behind the scenes, yeah.
I think somewhere in here you need to use the words realism or naturalism or something like that. Guys, you just are not going to get this done if you talk. Again, you need italics there. All right, so this stuff about the crazy stuff about the mobile phones.
Yeah, that's when I'm going to add in that item. I just need to go home and get that item.
I don't think you should start with that. I think you should make a few more general points about The Departed.
So, like, what's it about? What it's about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you've done that with. Well, hang on. Where are we going now?
Yeah, I did it with Goodfellas. I was just trying to like squeeze in the main stuff without over talking because I've got so many words.
Yes, right.
I know you need to put the title of the film in italics.
Yeah.
Would you also need to do the same thing if you're mentioning a character?
No. Yeah, so some more general stuff on The Departed there. All right, so we're over the word count here.
Yeah, that's why I didn't know what else to write because I didn't. Like, I know that there's more I could write, but.
Well, I think you could take this out.
Okay.
I'm afraid.
No, that's fine.
You don't need it.
Okay.
And that would lose you 87 words.
Do you think, other than the one talking about the telephone and like an own introduction to each other, like The Departed and Donnie Brasco, do you think there's much else I need to write about?
Well, the thing is, you've said this. Right, I'm going to ask one of you to move at some point, which is a pain because you have to log on again. No, you see, I think you're nearly there. I think you should put in your bit with the telephone. So your bit before, just your kind of piece on The Departed. Yeah. So you're a bit underpowered on The Departed. I think I would take that out.
And put in a bit of the telephone.
Put your telephone bit in. The only thing I'm a little bit worried about is that you haven't got that many items in there. Yeah. You haven't got any of your primary research.
Yeah. So do you think I should just add another paragraph of my primary research? Because you also said that for a few of my paragraphs I had to take out some sentences.
Yeah. Well, I said just now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you definitely have to have primary research in there, otherwise you're going to get marked down for that. Let's just.
And you still need to, I haven't finished my annotations because I still need to write what I've chosen each one.
Sure.
You know my rejects one, do I have to also explain why I've decided to reject them?
Yes. Okay. So all of these should be referred to somewhere. Have they all been referred to?
Maybe, I think there's one that I haven't referred to.
Okay.
Which I'm trying to figure out.
And all of these, you've got 800 words, so you've got another few words. All of these should say, I chose this because.
So how many words is this one?
This one's 1,000 or so.
Okay, cool.
But for each of them, I chose this film
Yeah,
because
just a simple sentence, right?
this was important, because I found this interesting because, yeah,
Yeah.
each one has to give a reason for why you chose it. All right. Okay, good. Well, you have some time, but it's good. It just needs to come into shape.
Okay.
You're kind of 85% there.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's
Is it at, would you say it's at a good grade?
I think if you come out with a good if you come up with a good conclusion, then that just draws what you've said together about how the audience not that one. I'm just looking at the mark scheme. Come in. Oh, it's terrible. It's like you're in. I'm sorry you had to suffer that. Yeah, that's great. Do you need me to sign anything? No. Okay, thanks very much.
With the year 12 screenplay, you know how they're doing that you've said to them you want them to do over a day? Is that right?
Yeah.
So with it's either Nathan or Patrick.
Oh, no, I didn't say over a day.
Okay. Because what the